Yes, this is the fourth EDA annual conference. There is already an emerging tradition of such conferences, and this time we are addressing the key question of helicopters key to mobility, because we are currently having 1,735 helicopters in the military inventories of the EU member states, but only around 6 to 7% of these helicopters are deployed in whether ESDP operations or NATO missions like Afghanistan. So there must be a reason why just such a small amount of helicopters is deployed, or better to say, deployable to ESDP operations and NATO missions.
What I tried to say today is very simple. Helicopters now are needed everywhere by everybody, and we do not have, as Alexander already said, enough of them available and suitable for our ESDP operations. I've tried to describe how this type of aircraft, through its mobility in particular, is essential for the effectiveness of our operations. It can be employed in transport, reconnaissance, attack, and protection missions, and its specific characteristic cannot be substituted.
Two questions, one for each speaker. General Bentagea, for you, we heard an elaboration of the different kinds of helicopters that are needed in theater. In your view, what is the most pressing kind of helicopter that needs upgrading immediately? Does this include heavy lift? And if it does include heavy lift, what do you do about it? Do you upgrade immediately, or do you wait the 15 years for the German, French helicopter to come online?
You know, we are...
No, please, Alexander. If I have anything on the operations side, I will.
You were talking about 15 years to wait until the future transport helicopter will become operational, or you said it already, it might be a bit earlier than 15 years. We are aiming at an initial operational capability by 2018, so it's not exactly 15 years. Mm-hmm. But to come to your second question on upgrades, we are focusing at the very first step on upgrades of what Henri already referred to, Mi-17 helicopters, but also Super Puma helicopters, because according to our assessment, these are the airframes which are mostly used by our participating member states. And already this week, Friday, when the informal defense ministers meeting will take place in Prague under the Czech presidency, I will inform defense ministers on our current work in these three areas. And I hope to convince, in particular, the Germans and the French to come with this future transport helicopter definitely now to the agency, but also to prepare the terrain for real commitment for those upgrade programs. Because you are completely right. At a certain moment in time in the future, we will need a commitment, not only declarations of intent, but real commitments to those upgrade programs. And they will be not cheap.
I'm trying to understand what you mean by a European helicopter fleet. You mean things that have been upgraded to similar standards, or is this something that could be a deployable asset?
The contributions to EU operations have always been decided now and planned on a national basis, never at EU level. What we plan is the needs, the requirements, but the contribution is always made of national contributions. So if we don't change our current planning mode, I mean, of course, it will still be national. And I don't foresee a possible change in the short term.